This is it. November 19th, 2024 is a big one, as there's a mixed reaction to it that says, they say is one of the greatest brawls in history or is the worst brawls in history. There's a mixed reaction to that, but the Malice at the Palace at Auburn Hills, where the brawl took place, celebrates their 20th anniversary. So it was a matchup between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons. And the video you're about to see, oh man, it's, shout out to Midwest Sports Network for this video. It's a chat, subscribe to your channel, at MWSN Sports. So shout out to Midwest Sports Network for this one. So my credits go out to them for this video. But this is just in my own perspective. But before we get on to the video, if you like this video, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell for more notifications. And if you want to stay in touch with me, just stay subscribed and click the gray bell to ring the dinger for more videos on this channel. So what I can explain to you is that the game was called off with 45.9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Pacers are, they had the largest lead before the brawl actually happened. So it was 97 for the Pacers, 82 for the Pistons. But it took place November 19, 2004. And now, November 19, 2024 is the 20th anniversary. So you got three referees calling it down the middle. Tim Donaghy, Ron Garrettson, Tommy Nunes Jr. And then, the attendance was 2,076 fans. 22,076 fans. And, it was broadcast by ESPN, of course, Mike Breen and Bill Walton called it down the middle, They called both commentators called the game, and then Fox Sports Net, both Midwest and Detroit called the game as well, too. So, here we go. We'll just head on to the video for the 20th anniversary of the Malice at the Palace, right here in Auburn Hills, in Detroit, Michigan. Here we go.
5 starters in double figures. The Pacers have played a very intelligent game tonight.
Then Wallace is fouled, and Wallace did. Wallace right at our chest. This has potential to be serious if they don't get between. Wallace upset. Players trying to hold each other off. Steven Jackson and Rasheed Wallace trying to be peacemakers. Now Jackson yelling. Wallace still going. You need the coaches in there to get him away. Jackson challenging Derek Coleman. Somebody should just get Jackson out as quickly as possible. The problem is, if Wallace is ejected, I'm not sure.
Now, quite frankly, both guys are my boys, Ben Wallace and Ron Artest, a.k.a. Metal World Peace. But do you see that blue bottle that was thrown at MWP, Ron Artest, at the scores table? Like, watch what happens next when Ron Artest reacts to one of the fans throwing the blue cup or the blue bottle right on the sternum while he was chilling at the scores table. You got to see this.
He'd have to walk past the Pacer bench to go. Now Artest has jumped over the scores table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands. Oh, this is awful. Fans are getting involved. Steven Jackson's in the fans. Rasheed Wallace going into the stands. The security trying to somehow restore order. Fans and players are going at it, and the players trying to help each other out.
This is a disgrace.
All the players now, they're jumping in there to try and get the other players out because the fans have come involved. Oh, what a sad scene here at the Palace. And now another fight's breaking out in front of the Pistons bench. It's a fan on the court. This is very, very dangerous. Fans are throwing cups with liquid in them now onto the court. Ron Artest has a look in his eye that's very scary right now. You wonder if the official's going to let this game continue. Now they're throwing bottles out onto the floor. They're trying to get the Pacers to go back to the locker room. What was maybe you could call a hard foul at best has turned into just an ugly, ugly scene.
Chuck Person.
The officials, I think they're going to call this game off, and that should be. The outcome is definitely decided. You have these ridiculous fans trying to go at the players and now throwing. Somebody could really get hurt. This is a bad showing from the Pistons fans here. Just firing bottles from the stands. The Pacers have all gone back into the locker room, and they're getting thrown a lot of debris, and they're still not all the way through. And for some reason, one of the Pacers, they hold Austin Crozier out. They won't let him get under the tunnel because they're afraid for his safety. They're pouring liquid over. What a disgraceful showing from the Pistons fans here. That's one of the worst scenes I've ever seen.
This is an NBA moment in NBA history.
The players just have to get out of there. Get back to the locker room and forget about it. The game has been called. The official announcement has been made. The game has been called, which was the right call. The outcome obviously is over. And players and fans in danger with the emotions and the tempers being completely lost. It all started with a foul. Ron Artest with a foul that Ben Wallace deemed was too hard. As you see the Pacers going underneath the tunnel trying to cover their heads. You can see the debris, some of it being aimed at him, and a lot of it you can't see that's just missing wildly. The security did their best, but it had escalated to a point where there were players and fans fighting in the stands before there was enough security around. Let's go to Jim Gray.
Mike and Bill, I was sitting right next to Ron Artest when he was laying down before he went into the stands. A fan came and threw a beer and a bottle on him from point-blank range. When he got hit by that, he erupted. He knew exactly who it was, and he jumped right out after him. The fan got in very close proximity, and that's what triggered Ron Artest, who had been lying down even after Ben Wallace had thrown a towel at him. That's what triggered this, Mike. I was standing within a couple of feet of him.
That's what triggered the big brawl in the stands. You saw what just triggered the entire incident. Artest with a foul that he should have let go. He fouled Wallace from behind, but Wallace overreacted to that foul.
Certainly no winners in this circumstance at all.
It became such a dangerous situation. Then you see Steven Jackson in there taking shot at the stands. And granted, it's very difficult when you're a player and the fans come at you, either physically or verbally, but you have to restrain yourself. You just can't respond to it. There were so many bottles and cups thrown. There's Artest after what Jim Gray reported. And you saw there was no security around at the time, and it was too late. Many of the players going in there to get Artest out of there. And it had seemed the whole thing had calmed down when that fan came at Ron Artest. And another incident for Ron Artest, so unfortunate. And again, the fan, hopefully security is able to get the fan and he'll receive proper punishment. But the overreaction.
All teams have been secured.
Now, as you saw, the results of the brawl was my boys, Ben Wallace and Ron Artest, a.k.a. Middle World Peace, received suspensions. So Big Ben got 6 games. Ron Artest, a.k.a. Middle World Peace, got himself suspended for the remainder of the season. And there's like so many so many players involved, that got suspended. Like Steven Jackson, and Derek Coleman. But there's like, how many, let's see. Let me think. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 4 Piston guys that got suspended. And then the rest of the Pacers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pacer players, or 6 Pacers faithful got suspended as well. But what threw me off was the 2 biggest names also got a game suspension. Reggie Miller and Chauncey Billups. So, and it's something that just that kind of threw me off because both guys are my boys as well. You hear Reggie Miller being the color commentator now, and Chauncey Billups being the coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. So it sounds kind of like a throw off to me, because both guys are as well as Ron Artest and Big Ben Wallace are my boys, so it's crazy that they got suspensions as well too. But I mean, even at least a game, that's a throw off, so. But yeah, that's all I can explain to you. So, but hey, though, seriously, all that aside, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and just reliving the Malice at the Palace at Auburn Hills. You guys like this video, you know what to do. Smash the like button to thumbs this video up, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to stay in touch with me, all you gotta do is just ring the gray bell for more notifications. So I just want to say, as also a former Piston faithful and former Laker head coach Darvin Ham would say, and I now use this as an outro, stay tuned, don't give up, we're pushing the line, we're coming.